The SimplyLive Production Suite all-in-one is an intuitive and powerful platform to create and manage a production with a single or multiple operators. With a very compact but intuitive and powerful layout, it's possible to cut cameras, key graphics on and off, manage preloaded content, manage audio, create replays, clips, and playlists. Observing the layout of the UI will assist with understanding the operational and workflow aspect of the platform. First, let's look at Program 1 in Preview. Program displays the main output of the system and is highlighted in red. Preview doesn't have to be assigned as a physical output and is highlighted in green. In our production mode, we see the row of live cameras and replay sources. Each box has a red line and green line on top. By touching below each segmented area, the operator is able to send the cameras either on Program for red or Preview with green. For graphics, the system can manage up to 3 layers of keyable graphics, all manageable in the database area. The graphic options would include either internal graphic files imported as static or animated compliant files, or external graphic engines integrated via NDI protocol. Similar to the camera selection, graphics can be keyed on Program or Preview depending on which side of the box we touch, following the same color scheme. The database panel is used for operators to manage vital functions for replays, cues, clip management, and graphic selection. In graphics, the graphic button selects the database of the stored and available graphics, whether internal or external NDI sources, any picture-in-picture presets built with the PIP tool, and replay transition effects. The cues allows us to easily navigate to a specific part of a record train of the recorded sources. As part of the intuitive workflow of the all-in-one system, every time an operator rolls a replay, the server stores a cue point in correspondence of the endpoint of that replay. To create manual cues, the operator can use the replays area with the mark or live cue buttons at the bottom right. The clips button sorts the database to the saved media created or imported by the operator. Again, different options are available to help categorize how the information will be displayed. All will show the view of all clipped angles within the global database created by all operators. My Clips All allows the operator to filter just the clips the individual has made with a view of all angles within the defined clipping protocol. Clips Pref is a global view of just the preferred camera angles within the database. The preferred angle derived from desired camera from the controlled program. My Clips Pref, only the preference angles from the individual operator. Order by timecode, clip ID, or name helps the operator to organize the database to their preference. The Pref Bin and Bins buttons offer an additional mechanism to share and organize clips within the production. The bins are an additional organizational layer within the general clips database, designed to manage relevant media between the operators or to organize media assets within predefined categorized bins. The bins can be named to describe and easily recognize the relevance of the content. Right-click with the mouse or long press on the button to open the bin selection display. The playlist panel area displays the elements and editorial factors within the playlist. With the touchscreen control, in order to select the appropriate cameras to the output, select a portion of the thumbnail split between red and green to send to Program or Preview respectively. Once selected, the red or green tally border around the thumbnail clarifies the output is on Program or Preview. To browse the sources in the replay area, you can either use your finger moving backwards and forward on the blue box in the bottom right, or have a shuttle express connected for a more tactile control experience. All the cameras will move and pause in sync. Once the sources have been jogged into the record train, the red and green bars will appear. Touching below the red bar, the operator will start the replay using the automatic transition settings from the preferences, which include the triggering of the predefined replay transition, the removal or addition of graphics, and replay playback speed. By default, all the camera angles will stay cued, ready for a second replay, but it's possible to change the cue point of the cameras while the replay is on air. The operator can select additional replay angles, and when ready, touching below the red on a live camera will go back to live, following the automatic transition settings for replay transition and graphics behavior. It's possible to select from up to 7 predefined replay transitions within the automatic preferences. Additionally, the operator can use manual transition settings. These will provide different options from the automatic settings. There are 32 manual button positions that can be used for these transitions, which are located at the bottom left of the UI in the yellow button section. To use these alternate transitions, the operator loads the media into the preview channel and chooses the appropriate manual button to transition from preview to program. A button on the shuttle, or this button on the UI, allows to toggle the control of the replay to the preview if we want to park a replay on preview and adjust the in point afterwards. In the config, it's also possible to allow the control of the program with the shuttle. Normally, this function is disabled by default. The live button, located near the blue box, returns the replay channels back to live. The Sync to Program or Preview button allows the operator to synchronize all the angles within the replay area to the timecode on program or preview. If a replay is playing on program, the Sync to Program will play all the replay channels in sync and at the same speed of the program. The Live UI is designed for a more streamlined operation with focus on the live switching of the sources, keying of graphics, and playback of pre-produced content. The replays are still available in this UI, but managed from a single video source in the database area. The program and preview are located at the top of the UI, indicated with the appropriate red and green borders. The live sources are available below, and the graphics layers and database section are on the right. The live sources are switched in the same way, as well as the keying of the 3 graphic layers via the red or green areas within the video source or graphics source. For replays, the operator can select the control player window in the database area via the P1 button. This will present the video player that can be controlled via the touchscreen UI or the Shuttle Express to control the replay sources. As the operator scrolls into the record train, the red and green bars will appear. In order to select different angles, the operator can select the numbers below the window to jump through the sources. For cues, pressing the Mark button displays the marks in the database panel at the timecode of the replay channel. Live Cue will mark a cue at the current live timecode. Previous Cue and Next Cue is used to navigate between cue points. Go To is used to quickly cue at a defined timecode. For creating clips, select the in point by scrolling on the blue area of the touchscreen, then following the same procedure to select the out point. Pressing the Save button on the UI will automatically save the clip. To select clips for playback, select the clips within the database and select the green part of the clip. The clip will be loaded on preview. To activate playing, touch the preview. The clip will play at the same speed of the content loaded on program. A playlist is created by accumulating individual clips. The clips deliver an editorial aspect or a simple way of delivering multiple clips via baseband. Using the touchscreen to construct playlists enables greater speed and power. It allows the operator to select multiple clips in the order selected, then add or insert into the active playlist. Selecting the clip within the playlist quickly engages that element. Clips can be inserted before or after the selected clip in the playlist or added at the end of the playlist. The operator can amend the in and out by reapplying a new point within the clip. If the in or out needs extending, select Extend to go beyond the current points. Use Delete to remove a clip from the playlist. The clip or selection of clips will be stored and ready to be inserted before or after the selected clip of the playlist. When a clip is selected, using the Edit function enables the user to change properties of the clip. This includes naming the clip, changing the timecode of the clip, looping the clip, adding keywords, sending to bin or bins, and sending to archive destinations. In a playlist scenario, the edit window is only amending the elements of the playlists individually or all elements. This includes renaming the playlist, changing the transition for video and audio, changing the transition duration for video and audio, and change the speed. Content management, we begin with importing content into the system, which is available via the Setup button. Once the import mode is active, you will have all the options to import RTDs, graphics, pips, and clips. For example, if we select Import Pip, we will see the Windows Explorer to access the content we wish to bring into the system. We will see the new pip appear in the graphics database and available to assign to program. Additionally, there is the option to set up a mapped auto ingest folder that can automatically import content into the system for multiple clip ingest. To archive clips, select the clips from the database and select Archive. This will trigger the archive via the export application. The archived content will be updated with an icon in the database view. There are up to 2 auxiliary video outputs available. For each of these outputs, we can define the audio channels assigned and the content that we want to see. It can be either the same program, a clean feed with a different graphic channel, or any ISO camera. Using the button on the UI or keyboard shortcut, it's possible to easily cut any feed in the aux independently from the main program output. Monitoring audio is delivered using a sophisticated but self-explanatory interface. Select the area that wants to be monitored, highlighted in the appropriate colors for monitoring program in red, preview in green, and replay sources in blue. Long touch or mouse right-click opens further options and allows the operator to select the appropriate tracks. It also offers the user to check the cameras within the replay area as a confidence check or monitor live streams. VU meters can be toggled on and off as visual confidence for the operator. The Audio Presets area selects the appropriate audio onto the output. The system records video and audio separately, allowing the production to design specific audio presets. which configures the correct audio tracks to the output at the necessary point. When working in a production with an audio mixer, the audio presets can also be used to trigger fader presets automatically from the mixer. The Prefs menu allows operational settings that enable the operator to structure the workflow around their needs. Let's review some of the critical settings related to the all-in-one operation. In the Auto Start Mode tab, we see the automatic behavior of the system in different operational situations. These automatic functions are defined for the main scenarios of live production. For each setting, we can define the video transition, the graphic behavior, the playback speed, as well as setting up behavior for an emergency camera. In the manual start mode, this tab, we can define manual buttons to perform transitions that are not predefined in the Auto Start Mode tab. For each button, we can define the same options as the automatic mode for video transitions, graphic behavior, and playback speed. In graphics transitions, this offers many detailed settings for the different graphic behaviors. Graphics on aux. In this tab, we define the behavior of the graphics in each of the two auxiliary outputs if they are in use. The prod layout and live layout allows for the building and design of the live camera layouts that are easily accessible from the UI. In the Roll UI tab, we can set the left and right split, which allows the operator to adjust the amount of red or green area on the thumbnails to their preference. The click on orange selects which command is assigned to the orange selection. You have the OSD font size, clip view size, enable player control in VBox Live, enable pre-selected audio preset, Substitution Live Camera, which enables the option that automatically substitutes every replay with any desired camera on the aux out. In the Replay Slow-Mo aux tab, we have Slow-Mo Speed, Return to Live after a sequence, which automatically cuts on program the preview channel after a sequence or a clip, and aux parameters. In the Clipping tab, we have the Clipping Duration, which sets the default clip duration for different clipping procedures, Guard Bands, which sets the amount of extra video saved before the in point and after the out point, Open Edit Clip defines if we want the Edit Clip window to pop up every time we save a clip. In Clipping, we define rules which camera angles are saved when you save a clip. All the cameras, cameras in the current layout, or cameras in the controlled channel. The all-in-one workflow can be expanded to add multiple users to improve the production capabilities. In this mode, the main user can focus on live switching and content playback, while the secondary user, or possibly a third user, can focus on replays, playlist building, and other playback functions. In this setup, there are two RPGM video windows available that will allow the main user to access those playback sources controlled by these additional users. As an example, the replay operator can be ready and queued for a replay. The RPGM source can be selected, and this will switch the playback control to the replay operator. This is indicated by a red tally around the program of the secondary user. Additional playback can be managed by the replay user, and when ready, the main operator can return to live. This collaborative workflow is very flexible as all the content and editing is shared between users. This allows the main operator to also select clips or playlists created by the replay operators and select them directly to queue and play back from the production interface.